and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a how to stop procrastinating tips video. I decided to do this video because I have already done a how to be productive and they sort of go hand in hand together. So I thought, why not do how to stop procrastinating and just give you guys a few little tips. My friends always tell me that I am a very organized person. So I decided that I would show you guys or tell you guys how I stop procrastinating. Now, they keep telling me this since I was in high school, but since high school, I have become a major procrastinator, like majorly. I will sit and watch the same TV show over and over and over and over again, like the same lot of TV shows. Like once I will watch like 10 episodes of like one TV show that's like just come out. I will rewatch that once every day for about a week, and then I won't probably do much else. I can still watch the episodes and then also do other stuff like I am now. Like I have filmed, this is my fourth video for today and I've kind of already watched most of the series. I skip a lot throughout TV shows that I've seen multiple times, but I will rewatch TV shows over and over and over and over again, and I will do the same with movies. That is how I procrastinate. But what you can do to stop procrastinating is the aim of this video. So, and it's not to say that I don't do my work. Like, I do my work and then I also procrastinate doing my work, but it ends up actually working out. I don't know. I don't know how I balance everything out, but these are my tips on how I want to be better at not procrastinating. So I've got one tip on my phone actually, which I will grab out. So this is sort of about being more productive in your life, and if you are more productive in your life, then you will stop procrastinating. So my first tip is to have a good sleeping pattern. So let's say you go to bed at like between 10 and 11 o'clock at night, and then you have an alarm set for say 8 o'clock. So that's like a good 10 hours of sleep. So 10 hours of sleep should be able to, I do that like, that's like, so this is like what I'm trying to get myself into right now. I only just started doing this too. Like when I first started, before I started doing this, I used to go to bed at say 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then I wouldn't have set an alarm in the morning. So I could sleep in for ages, and unless I was working, and then I would set an alarm, and then I would be massively tired the whole day while I was at work. So what I have now done, and this is about a week and a bit old, so I've been doing it for about a little over a week, and it is, I try and go to bed between 10 and 11 o'clock. It gives me an hour to do something. When I first started, I was going to bed at 11 o'clock and then 10:30, and then last night I think I went to bed at 10. I don't know, I just stopped watching TV at one point and then decided, let's go to bed. So, and then I have an alarm set for 8 o'clock every single morning except for Sunday. Now, that is something that I will switch off if I have work, because sometimes I have to wake up earlier for work, but sometimes I have to wake up at 8, so it sort of goes together. So I give myself 9 to 10 hours of sleep each night. Now it also gives me enough leeway if I need to wake up an hour or two earlier, so I still get the 9, 8, 7 hours of sleep, and it's okay. Like, I'm okay with it. Like last night I woke up at 5 o'clock to feed my dog, and it was hell, and he actually was sleeping on my bed the whole night, so I don't have a good night's sleep when he sleeps with me, because he moves around a lot and then it wakes me up which is really freaking annoying. But anyway, so this morning I'm happy right now. I'm like up here, sorry. I know I had a coffee this morning and a few other and a Broca, so I can go all day with this. If you're really tired, I always say have a coffee in the morning and it wakes you up that little bit, and then if you also have some Broca and you're still tired after the coffee, then you've got the extra boost to get you up and ready for the day. Also with that, if you get up the second your alarm goes off, or even like a couple minutes later, if you get up as soon as you wake up, then you won't be tired throughout the day. Like because I woke up at 5 o'clock, I kept sleeping and like light sleeping, so I kept waking up like every maybe half hour, 10 minutes. So for me, if I got up at 5 o'clock, I wouldn't have been as tired at say 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock when my brother got home. So you sort of have that thing. Now tip number 2 is to be organized. So if you do a lot of procrastinating, and for me, if you procrastinate, you're not organized. So if you're organized, then you will stop procrastinating. So to be organized, I write lists of everything, like everything I need to do that day. I have my planner with everything I want to do, like filming, editing, and I keep everything together. If I don't feel like doing one thing that day, I will swap it with another day. So let's say, okay, so yesterday I was going to film, and then I was going to edit and apply for some jobs today. Instead, I did it the other way around, and I applied for some jobs yesterday and I edited a video that I had filmed on a few days before that I did not film the day before. So I still had that, and then I could also relax and look after myself. And then today I am now filming, so I just swapped the days around. It's having a flexible schedule is really good if you have other things that you want to do or need to do. Okay, tip number 3 is if how you procrastinate is you watch TV on your TV or on your laptop, then if you watch TV on your TV, then, and I'm pointing up here because that's where my TV is, but if you watch TV on your TV and it's something that you do while you're procrastinating, if that makes sense, then hide your remotes or get someone else in your family to hide your remotes and then get them back once you have done what you needed to do. So that way you're not watching TV, and if you watch TV on your laptop, then switch off your internet if you use your internet. Take all the things off your computer, or like, I don't know, just hide your ability to watch TV if it's on your television or on the internet or anything like that. If you can do it, turn off your internet on your computer. Like I can turn off my internet on my actual computer, but if you actually turn off your whole house's internet, it's a lot easier than you being able to turn it back on and then getting distracted. Oh, and that leaves me to tip number 4, turn off your internet. You can always also just limit your internet also, so have maybe an hour of internet if you need to research something or something like that. That's kind of tip number 4, and 3 you put it together. Tip number 5 is to take your phone away or get someone else to hide it, or put your phone on do not disturb so people don't call you or stuff like that. So you can put your phone on do not disturb, or you can put it on, you could put it on airplane mode. That way people don't call you, but then you also can't use the internet. So you can turn off your phone if it distracts you with it being on. You can mute it and then hide it away, and that way you don't get all the dings and all the phone calls and all the texts. Or you just don't look at your phone. I'm not as attached to my phone as a lot of 21-year-olds are, because I can go a whole day without looking at my phone. Actually, no, that's a lie. I look at my phone in the morning when I wake up, go on Instagram, sometimes I go on Snapchat in the morning. I also play some games which I get gifts with each day, so I go onto them and get those things. And then I can leave my phone and put it on to get charged and not touch it for the rest of the day. And then by the afternoon I'm like, let's check my phone, and then I have like 6 texts from my friends or 2 missed calls from my boss for me to work, and I'm like, she didn't leave me a voice message either, so I was like, you didn't ask me to keep an eye on my phone, so I didn't. Okay, so tip number 6 is to have breaks every half hour to an hour, depending on how long you can actually focus for, will depend on how long you can have between your breaks. And then have like maybe a 10, 15, 20 minute break, depending on how much time you need to relax. And then, or you could just like sit and watch it's like a TV show or something, and then get back into work. Just, if you do that regularly, you'll get into the habit of doing that, and then you won't procrastinate as much. If you limit yourself to one TV show every hour or hour and a half, and then you have a break for like 45 minutes to an hour, then you will be able to work quite regularly. Tip number 7, reward yourself when you're done. So even if your reward is some chocolate or lunch or something like that, like work in the morning until lunch, and then lunch is your reward for when you're finished, or work from lunch to dinner, and then when you finish, dinner is your reward. Or if it's like a massive task, then you can always like buy yourself something that you've been wanting after you finish that task, like a new candle, or even something more expensive like a new camera or something. So if you do that quite regularly, you will be able to make yourself want to actually do the things that you need to do, and that way you won't procrastinate. You will reward yourself for not procrastinating. Okay, tip number 8 is to set due dates. So even if something does not have a due date, set a due date anyway. Like, let's say for me, I needed to film set number of videos. That due date would be today. Like, that needed to be done today. And then editing those, I would give myself maybe a little bit, like, not tomorrow because I have to work tomorrow, but maybe like Monday or Tuesday next week. So it gives me 2 days to edit the 2 videos, if that makes sense. So you set your due dates for things, like if you needed to study for a test, but you needed to study this, like chapters 1 to 3 by this date, and then you studied 4 to 6 by another date, and then you've got your notes from those 2 study times, and then you put them together, and then you've got your due date for your exam. I think I'm making sense. Hope I'm making sense. Tip number 9 is to have a clean working space. So this also goes with tip number 10, which is clean your room, or to have a clean room. So if you don't have a clean room or a clean working space, then you're not going to feel motivated to actually do work. So then you're going to procrastinate and not actually do your work because you don't have a clean mind space. Being like, if you've got a clean room or clean working space and you don't have a clean mind. So that's what I always say. Even if like cleaning your room is one of the things that you need to do so you can start working. So you have like a list of everything you need to do. Have clean your room on the top of your list, so then you know what to do. So that you know you can tick that off, so you've accomplished something in that day, so then you're not procrastinating because you've got a messy room. Okay, tip number 11. Find your most productive time of the day. So for me, this is kind of hard for me to know, but I always find after 10 o'clock is my most productive time of day, and then 2 after lunch, and then like at like 4 o'clock I like can stop working at 4 o'clock because I like just don't feel motivated to do anything after 4. Sometimes I can be very motivated to do stuff all the way up until dinner, like, but I'm still trying to figure out the most productive time of the day for me. I know it's like after 10 o'clock because that's when I'm like, let's get into work now. Tip number 12 is to fake positivity and do your power pose, which is the hands on the hips, feet hips length apart. So if you fake positivity until you actually accomplish positivity, then you're going to not procrastinate. So fake it until you make it. Like, say you can do this, and then you won't procrastinate on actually doing it. This is also have to do with like being more productive. Tip number 13 is to have to-do lists. Now this goes with being organized, but if you have a to-do list and then you just check off to-do lists, then you feel like you're being productive, and then being productive means that you won't feel like you're procrastinating. Tip number 14, and it's our last tip. If you're bored, change up your seating. So if you're bored of your room, change it up, do something, because if you're bored of something, you're going to procrastinate doing it. So you've just got to get into that mindset that if I'm bored, change it. And if I change it, I'm doing something. I'm being productive. I'm not procrastinating doing something. If you're bored and you don't do that, you're procrastinating it. And so you're just not going to you're not going to be your best self. Okay, so this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my how to stop procrastinating video. I hope it helps you guys stop procrastinating and do a lot more in your days. Like, to me, it's like at the moment it's 2 o'clock, so, and I feel like it should be a lot later because I've done a lot today. So yeah, if you guys want to see any more videos or videos on tips on how to be more organized and stuff like that, then just leave me a comment in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel because it means so much to me when you guys do. And so if you guys want to see more makeup tutorials, more favorites, more hauls, more of these sorts of videos, then let me know in the comments because I'd love to know what you guys want me to do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.